crocodile that killed his brother. Nothing surprising for Faye. Crocodile attacks are common in East Africa, but he wrote it down as documenting them is part of the job. Except, the fisherman added a particularly odd detail. The crocodile didn't eat the body. That didn't make sense, so at first the naturalist assumed the man was exaggerating. Then he interviewed another witness, then another, and another, all telling the same story. Faye doesn't know it yet, but he just stumbled upon to what will become the most disturbing wildlife cases ever documented. After hearing these stories, the naturalist started investigating because what he was hearing didn't make biological sense. Crocodiles are cold-blooded, which means every movement costs them energy they can't afford to waste. When a crocodile attacks, it's a big investment in terms of energy. Leaving a kill uneaten is like paying for a meal and walking out of the restaurant without eating it. Something is wrong here, and yet the witnesses kept describing exactly that and were all unanimous about it. By the way, we are in 1998, in Burundi, along the Ruzizi River. More precisely, in the delta where the river meets Lake Tanganyika. During his investigation, Faye found that the attacks weren't isolated at all. They stretched back to the late 80s, scattered across different villages along the Ruzizi River and the northern shore of Lake Tanganyika. Different places in time, but the same strange signature. Victims killed by a crocodile and then abandoned, left to rot in the sun. In the village, a fisherman showed Faye his huge stomach scars. He was nearly gutted by this crocodile, but is somehow still alive. His story was terrifyingly common. Faye was called to the shores of Lake Tanganyika after reports of another attack. The lifeless body was mostly intact. No witnesses or proof it was the crocodile, but the signature was there in front of his very eyes. Local fishermen had already connected the dots long before Faye arrived. They had a name for the animal: the demon of the Ruzizi. A crocodile so massive, it had become something closer to legend than wildlife, spotted occasionally over the decades but never captured or killed despite numerous attempts. The stories Faye collected described a massive crocodile far bigger than anything they've seen that wore the evidence of failed hunts across its body. Kalashnikov bullet scars lined up along the hide and a deep gouge in the left shoulder blade, probably left by a spear. But what truly troubled Faye was the body count. When he started tallying the attacks attributed to this specific animal, not crocodiles in general, but this one in particular, the number climbed past 20 and kept going. 60 confirmed deaths, and up to 300 if you counted the unexplained disappearances along the river stretching back to the 1980s. For perspective,